All right, there's the euro yen. Again, the focus here, if you're looking at the big level, is really this area right here. Let me just cruise through these and find you. There's another one I want to show you. Yeah, we probably looked at enough. Let's look at this last one here. Okay. So again, here, rally, base, drop. That's what we're looking for. Again, notice that it's the same picture over and over. Price almost comes back, but can't. That tells you two things. Number one, there's a big supply-demand imbalance up here. Number two, if price comes back there and goes a little bit higher, retail traders are going to buy the breakout. They're going to buy the breakout right into a price level where banks are selling the NASDAQ, right? So I took this one, little $400 profit there, just a short-term income trade. Okay, right into that level. So you had an opportunity to do pretty well with that one. Also here, if you look at the supply-demand grid, there was a 20-point difference in between demand and supply on this one, a 20-point difference. So that tells you there was a pretty big profit zone of 20 points in here, right? Let's move over to the live markets. Here we go. So we can go over some of those trades that you were going over. Here's the trade I took this morning, in case you're interested and want to see it. This is in the DAX. Again, notice big rally, a little bit of basing, a decline in price out of this level to here, meaning that some of the buy orders for a move down. I certainly didn't catch all this decline, but got out in here. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the FX markets. And specifically, why don't we start with that big one in the euro right here. Okay, so I wanted to run through some of those trades from the last 2 weeks just to get that picture of opportunity in your mind so you know what to look for. So now let's go find those. Okay, so if we look at a big weekly time frame of the euro, we've got this little area right here. Now, obviously, it looks like price touched that, which it did, but again, that doesn't mean we can't still get in either on another pullback into this level, or we can go to a smaller time frame and buy any kind of pullback, like yesterday. Right, I saw some of you took that trade yesterday. Okay. All right, so watch this area down here on the weekly. Now we come down to smaller time frames, and let's not go too small. Let's start with the 60 and work our way down. Okay, remember, we've been bearish the euro for quite a while, but not anymore. So here here the market's rallying, right? We're looking at a 60-minute chart. There's a couple levels sitting on top of each other. Obviously, we have this really nice drop-based rally down here. This is just I've shown you a bunch of these already. Yeah, we'll look at the pound next. See a number of new names and faces in here. Good to see everybody. 1 second. I'm just reading back here. Options are great because you can remember, options are not an asset class. I see your question around options. They're not an asset class. Their options are used. You can really design any type of position or strategy that you want. That's what options are for, and they're very cheap. It's a very cheap way to get into the markets. Okay. In other words, I can buy a stock and tie up a ton of capital, or I can buy the option on that stock, or I can sell the option on that stock, or I can. I mean, it's like almost endless on the things you can do. But and same thing in FX. Okay. But we can actually hold a complete session on options at some point in here. So we've got two levels below current price. I know they look like they're kind of far, but they're really not that far. We've got this level right here, rally-based rally. Just be careful. Those are always going to be found in the middle of moves. And then we've got this nice drop-based rally here, which may be a little more ideal because it forces you to buy a little bit lower on the curve. We'd have our stop just below each level. And this is a way to jump into, you know, there's more room on the upside. And you know that when price comes down below this 124.80, you're getting closer to that larger time frame demand down there, right? Okay. I want to point something else out to you. You see this level right here? I want to make sure you see and understand the levels that do work, but I also want you to see and understand, you know, levels that don't work and why they don't work. Take a look at this one. Does that look perfect? Does that look perfect to some of you? Drop, base drop, perfect amount of candles. Price blows right through it like it's not even there. Okay. There's two reasons for that. Number one, where is this smaller time frame supply zone located on the larger time frame supply demand curve, this weekly? See that? Your small time frame supply levels aren't working here. You shouldn't even be looking for them down here. Does that make sense? You need to know where you're at on the supply demand curve. Number one, but a big number two is this is drop, base drop versus up here, rally, base drop. Notice the rally base drop works, the drop base drop doesn't. That's kind of what I always warn you on is these are found in the middle of moves. So if you're new to this, you know, be careful starting with those. You're better off, so right here with the two that we found, you've got your drop base rally and you've got your rally base rally. This one, these are going to be found, these rally base rallies and drop base drops are going to be found in the middle of moves, probably lower odds, right? Versus the drop base rally and rally base drop are always going to force you to buy and sell further out on the curve. Okay. So be careful with that. So that's the 60-minute chart of the euro, which is a step down from the weekly, or a few steps down. Next, just come down to a smaller time frame, and let's look for some short-term income opportunities. Below current price, there really isn't much that's close. Once you get about 50 ticks lower, notice once you get down to about 125, you've got some stuff in here. But let's go back. Hang on a second. Okay. So here we want to watch this level. I think this is fresh. Let's put some lines in here and make sure it's fresh. So 125.83. Let's just make sure we've had no pullbacks into that area. No, we haven't. See how I scroll forward and price hasn't been there? Okay. So I just showed you. So we looked at trades from the past couple weeks. Most of the shorting opportunities are against a level that exactly like I'm showing you here. Okay. Nothing different, just coming into the market every day, week, month, year, figuring out where the buy orders are, where the sell orders are. Here we have rally, base, drop. If we talk about our odds enhancer number one, look at how prices declined away from the level. Number two, how much time did price spend at the level? Less time is better. Number three, how far did price move away from the level before returning back to the level? It moved pretty far. There's more odds enhancers, but I think you get the point.